Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today for Studio 512. Lots of fun pieces of art you're looking at there. Are you looking for fun summer activities for yourself or for the kids? As everybody's about to have a little bit more time on their hands, the Art Garage has a summer camp and lots more in store. Kaya Emmert, studio manager, is here to talk to us about what to expect. And the summer camp sounds so fun. Kaya, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rosie. It's good to see you again.
Remind me, if you would, about the Art Garage. I'm sorry, just misspoke there about the Art Garage and just kind of what it is you guys offer.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're primarily a walk-in studio, but then during the summer we do these really fabulous summer camps for kids. The camps are week-long, and we break into 3 different age groups. Each age group each week has a new theme that kind of inspires our art, and we'll do like a dozen different projects, all different mediums, and just have a lot of fun.
I just want parents to hear that. A dozen art projects, all different media, because you say you kind of want kids to experience, what do I like? What do I enjoy playing with?
Yeah. Especially with the younger ones, like often they're experiencing, like they've never painted a canvas before, never worked with clay before, so it's really fun to kind of see them get introduced to new different mediums.
Really cool stuff. And then this is always something that I'm big about, but usually with something like this, it's like a date night. You have to plan ahead of it in advance and all of that. And for summer camps, we do want people to plan a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
But you guys are a walk-in studio as well.
We are, yeah. So you can't drop in for summer. You do need to pre-register for that. But if you're just looking for a fun day outing, we also have that open walk-in studio, and you can register, or you don't even need to register. You just walk right in. So it's a great like family activity or day out with the kiddos for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think that's awesome. Okay, so as you mentioned, 3 age groups, and you're going to be doing these every single week. So
yes, exactly.
Technically, you could go for more than 1 week if you wanted to get really crazy.
It's something new every week, so I do have lots of kiddos that come like 4 to 6 weeks out of the summer to kind of keep coming back, which is so exciting. Each theme is different, so all the projects will be different. There's like Taylor Swift theme, there's Hogwarts, there's Wings of Fire, which is like a dragon book series that the kids really love. Kawaii Cutie is really popular. It's like Japanese inspired.
Yeah.
And we toss in lots of art history and technique too, and kind of segue it in using the theme as kind of like our method.
Yeah, I think I could probably learn a thing or two from what you guys have to teach the kids. Okay, a big portion of summer camp is that every single week, even though a lot of other things change, the kids get to go home with a tie-dye t-shirt.
It's so true. We all wear our tie-dyes on Friday, and lots of kiddos that have been coming for years have like little collections, and they'll wear them to camp as well, like from years past, which is so cute. And it'll be a new tying technique and new dye colors, depending on the theme. This is our like slumber party theme. So there's a pillowcase that we actually tie-dye in that camp instead of a shirt, but I have the colors for our slumber party theme here today. We've got a turquoise, a pink, and another pink. And so you'll notice that there's purple in our example, and we use the pink and blue together to create purple, which is kind of fun. So lots of color theory here.
Yeah, I was going to say there is a little color theory happening here, and it is funny how the dyes aren't exactly the way the color is going to come out, because here it is, y'all, at the bottom.
This is super saturated.
Yeah, this is super saturated. It looks amazing, but you've rolled it up and then you've tied it like with 3 rubber bands. So get me started. Where are we going?
Yeah. So you can start with whatever color you like, and we're just gonna flip it over and gently pour it. Flip your bottle over.
Flip my bottle over.
There you go. And just want to fill in each section. I did a spiral design for this one, so that classic Keep Austin Weird whirly. And we'll just color in each triangle section, and then when we spread it out, it'll be kind of like this guy here, but different colors, which is really fun.
Okay, and I like, kind of like a kid, I'm being told to stay inside the lines. And while I'm not doing a perfect job of that, that's okay too.
It's true, yeah. Where they touch, you're going to get that really pretty purple, which is kind of the part of the fun. And you can do 2 colors on one section.
Going wild.
I love it. Give it a try. And the blue and the purple or the blue and red will mix to make purple, which is really
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
So pretty, yeah.
We're going to have you come back so I can see what I've created.
Yes.
But lots of fun coloring going on here. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I could just like actually zone out and do this for a while.
It's a lot of fun. The kids really like it.
Do you guys do it like early in the week and that way by the end of the week?
Exactly, yeah.
we've
We
got
do all of
tie-dye?
our like kiln-fired projects and anything that needs to be like, cured or finished in some way earlier in the week. And then we do kind of our more paper-based projects a little bit later in the week so that they can all go home on Friday. The kids take home a big bag full of all of their artwork on Friday. They don't take it home each day. They save it. And then they bring it home and we suggest that they do like a little art show at their house.
Yeah,
Which is
like,
super sweet.
instead of a fashion show, an art show for mom and dad.
Exactly, yeah. It's really precious.
Tell them what you've done during the week. I think that's really cool. Talk to me about when summer camps run, because yes, we've got different sessions every week, but there are some exceptions going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the holiday week, so Memorial Week, we've got a one-day option as well for kiddos. And then same with July 4th week, because it's a 4-day, we have options for just a 1 day for people that might be traveling. And then same with the last week of summer, that into August 15th.
When everything's wacky.
Yes, it's so true. And camp is traditionally from 10 to 2, but we have full day options for parents that need more care. So a drop off at 8:30 and then care until 3:30 or 5. So you can kind of choose your own adventure, whatever works for your family.
That's really wonderful, especially once school's out, but like parents' schedules may not change all that much.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Anything else to know before we get ourselves set up for summer camps? Do we go online to reserve?
Yes, good question.
Reminder, everybody, 2 locations. Make sure you know which one you're
exactly.
going to.
One in Southwest Austin and then one in North Central. And yeah, you just register online, enter in all your kiddos' information, pick the theme and the date and time you like, and then we'll see you there.
All right, sounds good. I would be proud to come home with.
Yeah, this is fabulous. And this has embroidery in it too. It was from a fiber camp that we did.
Oh my gosh, you're telling me kids did do this?
Yes.
Okay. I need to learn a little something too. Kaya, we always appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, book a summer camp now, y'all, and learn more about what their space has to offer, including walk-in opportunities at theartgarageaustin.com. Welcome back, everybody. May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and to celebrate, local restaurant So Chinese is teaming up with Korean restaurant Purple Rice to create delicious food for a good cause. Jennifer Honeycutt, Business Operations Manager, and Chef EJ from Purple Rice are joining to tell us more. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. So, Jennifer, my first question to you is to talk about the So Chinese Giving Initiative, because this isn't the first time we've talked about the fact that you guys give back to our local community.
We do. I'm sorry, that might not be the last time. But
Yeah, that's all right. It's a good pun.
well, we are a locally owned and operated business, and so that being said, giving back and being a part of the community is something that is at the heart of everything that we do. Our mission is be kind, as simple as that. And so for AAPI month, we are collaborating with Chef EJ and Purple Rice, giving back to our AAPI community. Our CEO is just dedicated to being a part of the community, elevating other AAPI brands and businesses, and through that vision is our charitable arm, So Giving. So Giving to date has given over $500,000 in money and meal support to community, local organizations, educators, things like that. And so we are just continuing that effort.
That is $500,000.
That's
Yeah, that's pretty
And
impressive.
growing.
And growing. That's right. And so we're going to do that
I
all the time. Who are some of the recipients? You mentioned them, but are they AAPI oriented, or is it just giving food to schools? What does it look like?
It's anything. Again, it's at the heart of what we do. So schools, local organizations, other AAPI businesses, just specifically because May is AAPI Heritage Month, is why we decided to collaborate with EJ. But it's a continuous effort that we try and do every day. We have campaigns with local schools, with the nurses, with first responders, and we're looking for more people to give food and money to. So
Hey, everybody hear that? Yeah, right into So Chinese. Okay, I like that. And if you wouldn't mind, let's talk a little bit about y'all's collab. What are you bringing to the table? And then we'll talk about what Purple Rice is bringing to the table.
Absolutely. So we are so lucky to be able to partner with Purple Rice and try EJ's Cucumber Kimchi, which is located, available at all 5 of our locations. We did just celebrate our soft opening for our newest location.
Okay, guys, it's the one close to my house. I'm thrilled.
Well, I don't want to give away your address, but Slaughter and Manshaft, just so you know. Come visit us, ask for Paul. And yeah, you can either order through our website at SoChinese.com, and EJ's Cucumber Kimchi is available at all of our locations. It's just a perfect extra little crunch and spice to what we offer.
And of course, kimchi is very healthy for you. It's got all those prebiotics. It's got some fiber to it. So I want to ask you, Chef EJ, if you'll tell us a little bit more about Purple Rice and your Cucumber Kimchi.
Yes, we are a small, local, family-owned business offering healthy, authentic Korean comfort food in a grab-and-go style.
I've looked at your website, the grab and go. It's eating the rainbow, y'all. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Perfect for busy lives. It's fast, easy, and convenient, delicious. So,
Yeah.
I think both of our mission really is just to serve authentic cuisine that is fast, fresh, and convenient. And so this was a perfect collaboration for us.
And so you're up at the Arbor Walk.
yes, we are located at Arbor Walk Shopping Center. Yeah. We are so excited to collaborate with the So Chinese to bring our fan favorite cucumber kimchi out at all of their locations across Austin.
Yeah, I am grateful it's heading down south. Even though I will come visit you at the Arbor Walk because everything looks absolutely fantastic. And you told me, because I was like, Purple Rice, how did you get there? Is it cabbage? Is it ube? Like, what creates the purple? And it's actually 2 types of rice, is that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, correct. White rice, black rice combination.
White rice and black rice together make purple rice. It doesn't make sense in art school, y'all. But it makes sense at Purple Rice. Okay, so Jennifer, can you show me a little bit of what you've brought today from So?
Yes, of course. We have our world famous blue crab rangoons. They are half off every Wednesday, so you're welcome for planning your meals for the next month. And then this is our tofu lettuce cups. They're also available in chicken, which is gluten-free for both of them, but we have a really growing veggie and vegan fan base, and this is one of our top products. So we have a lot more to offer in that.
I have our producer Gracie in my ear saying, yes, that's my lunch, thank you. And then if you want to, Chef EJ, some of the things that you brought along with you today?
I brought the kimbap. This is a Korean the rice roll. Isn't it beautiful?
It is. And it's a good quick lunch, isn't it?
Exactly.
My daughter, she's 3 and she loves it. So.
Lovely. So lots of nice grab and go things. Just before I let y'all go, I do want to say, is there anything else that you want to say, Chef EJ, about this month, making sure that we go out of our way to support AAPI?
Yeah. Please support small and local business like ours this AAPI month. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And what would you say to that, Jennifer?
Just thank you to the community for all the support that we already receive, and it's just awesome. You can go to SoChinese.com if you want to learn how to donate directly to SoGiving or how to be a part of it.
Okay, I think we'll be eating some delicious meals, and that's going to good places, right? Love it. Okay, y'all, thank you so much for your time. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Order now for the Purple Rice collab and browse their full menu and learn more online at SoChinese.com. Welcome back, folks. Picture books, of course, are a great way for young readers to get curious about stories and interested in learning to read. That's what we want. Rachel McInnes with Book People is here with a selection of picture books based on the platform of the 2025-2026 National Ambassador for Young People's Literature, Mac Barnett, who's got 2 books here as well. But we're going to learn a little bit more about her inspiration and about some cool new books that are here on the table. So good morning to you, Rachel.
Good morning, Rosie.
Thank you so much for being with us. The first thing we're going to dive right into is Head Full of Clouds, which is all the way over here.
It is. It's a story. It's the little girl. Basically, she wakes up and she's kind of remembering her dream a little bit, but not completely. And as she goes through her day, she sees things a little differently. Oh. And then through the whole thing, she just has a different awareness of what's around her.
Okay.
So
I like. I mean, you can always see that the illustrator really brings these things to life. Even
Absolutely.
when I'm looking at the cover, I can see
Absolutely.
that. So Every Monday Mabel is the next one we want to talk about. Tell me a little bit about this.
This one captured my heart because this was my son. When he was little, when the trash truck came by, we went out and we watched and we did, and we even got to the point that we would take Gatorade out to them. And so this is a little girl who takes her bowl of cereal to the street and watches it. But as you go through the book, you realize she's not the only one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's
okay.
really, really sweet.
The fact that you're an expert kind of in these children's picture books, I think is so cool. All right. Anything by Rebecca Stead is the next one up.
Next one.
And the truth is, when it says anything, I have no idea what it could be about.
Well, this situation, it's a father and a daughter, and they've had to move. Okay. And so she's adjusting to her new surroundings, and so her dad says she can have 3 anythings. And so basically that means 3 wishes, but she also tells you, I'm a very good wisher. And so she wishes for things through the whole, very clever girl. So you go through the things and it's like, what are the anythings? What is it that's going to help her? And her dad gets on her level to help her adjust to the new surroundings. And so it's really, really sweet.
Yeah. Some of these I can tell are just for play, lots of fun, but I'm also hearing some life lessons being woven into even just these little picture books. Okay, so this next one up is called A Polar Bear in the Snow, and this is by Mac Barnett. So can you tell me a little bit more about him, because you know him?
I do. I met him years ago, and he's just a delight. I want to show you my favorite page.
Oh, sure, yeah, please do.
So there's a polar bear in the snow, and then you see the polar bear, then you turn the page, and Sean Harris's illustrations just really bring it to life. But Mac has been a champion for children's books, for picture books specifically. He has gone into early chapter books and that, but picture books are his passion. And he wants parents, especially, and adults, to understand that picture books aren't just for kids. I mean, you sit there and this is a shared experience. You sit with a child in your lap and you read a story together, and you can learn from each other and the questions that come up from a kid, or it's just like, well, what does this mean to you as the parent or as the child and stuff? And so it's a shared experience that's really brings the people together. So.
Well, and I'm going to say now that some of the statistics I've learned while working as a lifestyle host is that it is actually so vitally important. It can change a child's trajectory in life to be sitting down early on and to be going through even things like picture books for them to learn more and to get interested and engaged in learning.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the next one up is Square.
This is
also by Mac Barnett.
Mac Barnett. This is illustrated by John Clausen. This is one of 3. So there's circle, square, and triangle. And they are friends. And so you learn a little bit about each one as they go along, and there's different situations that they put themselves into and that they get into with each other. But each one is a spotlight, but they all feature in each of the books. And
so it's like a world of shapes.
It is, and it's really fun because if you read the book, having listened to Mac Barnett and having spoken with him, this is like talking to Mac.
Oh,
having
is it?
It really is. It really is. So there was a video when he was inducted as the National Ambassador for Young People's Literature done on the Library of Congress website, and he reads Triangle, and it's just very much fun. It's really fun.
You've got to be proud of him. Do you feel like he was the right choice?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been wanting, picture books are a passion of mine, and it's a not a lost art, but people don't understand the value and the importance of the picture book. In Kids Lit, they tend to go for the chapter book or the older book. This is where it starts.
Yeah.
This is absolutely where it starts.
Oh, you have such a cool job. I'm really impressed. All right, The Boy Who Said Wow by Todd Boss.
This is based on a true story. There was a video that was released. He had gone to a concert with the Handel and Haydn Society, and at the very end of the performance, you hear this, wow. And it's on YouTube. All you have to do is video The Boy Who Said Wow. And so it impacted Todd immensely, and so he's written a picture book based on that incident.
That's
so it's
cool.
It's a really neat little thing.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so most of these you said are new books. We're going to get to the one book on the table that's not new, but first we're going to talk about Go Tell It. how James Baldwin became a writer. So this might be actually like historical.
This is nonfiction.
Okay.
So this is a picture book biography. So this is taking his James Baldwin's life and his experiences and bringing it down to a level that kids understand. The illustrations by Gordon C. James are just amazing. And I saw this in pre-publication form. As I'm reading through this and looking through it, just captured my heart that I went and bought Go Tell It on the Mountain, which was his biography. And it's like, I am focus more on kids' books than I do adult, but that is one that I felt like I needed to read based on reading the picture book.
A kid's book inspired you to buy an
adult book.
I love it. Okay. And then this last one, The Longest Let's Go Boy, actually came out in 21.
Right.
But it's another one that teaches children a lesson.
This one I wanted to bring on because it's a personal thing. We lost our dog last month, and this actually is one that it's like books are for everything. There's fun, there's happiness, there's this, but there's also this helps a child deal with grief. The Longest Let's Go Boy, it's like the dog goes off and the child goes off together, and then when the dog, it's one of those that it's like we have sections on family and death, dying, and grieving. We have being me, we have feelings, we have different sections. So it's like it's not just for the cute, the cuddly, and all that kind of stuff. There is, you can learn about a person, you can learn about a feeling, you can learn about a situation, and picture books can do that.
And curated by you. Okay. All right. We appreciate your time today, Rachel. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you.
All right. Book People, y'all, has a ton of events, author signings, genres to shop, and a whole lot more. You can stop by in person on North Lamar Boulevard or go to bookpeople.com to find a new read today. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Wendy Bar Beef and Wendy Bar Ranch. Hey guys, if you're looking for a gift to seriously impress Dad this Father's Day, we've got something that's perfect for the grill. Michael Klein, the owner of Wendy Bar Beef and Wendy Bar Ranch, has locally raised 100% Black Angus beef, and he's here to tell us more about his offerings. And Michael, the first thing I'd like to do is dig into your personal history just a little bit. Tell us about coming from Gillespie County, how many generations y'all have been out there, and Wendy Bar Beef and Wendy Bar Ranch.
I'm a sixth generation Gillespie County, not just Texas, but Gillespie County. My ancestors came here in the 1840s and 50s from Germany, and they all stayed right there. So I live in Austin right now with my wife, but we have a ranch in Stonewall. That's where our ranch is. We do genetic testing of our animals for marbling and tenderness, and we've been doing that since 2001 and 2004. So we've been doing it for decades. And once you do it for that length of time and you keep selecting for marbling and tenderness, after a few decades you get some really well marbled tender beef. And that's what we've been doing. And we raise all our own cattle. We don't buy any cattle from anybody else. We're 100% Black Angus.
Okay, you have a bit of a funny story, and it pertains to checking how you're doing versus everybody else, and it turns out the answer is pretty darn well.
Yes, well, this has been several years ago, and I just saw in an agricultural publication that there was a state contest up in Kansas City, Missouri, and it was the American Royal Steak Contest. And so the guy that worked for me at the time, I just said, Andrew, let's just go get 3 ribeyes out of the freezer and send them up there and see where we are. And lo and behold, to our surprise, when the results came back, we came in 4th place nationwide. It's a blind tasting, and there's entrants from all over the country, but we beat everybody else in the state of Texas.
I'm gonna ask if you use commercial chemicals in your operation, but my first guess is gonna be that you don't.
We use virtually none. We are very much, we try to manage to solve problems, so we don't need to deworm our cattle with chemicals, because we manage that by rotating them through our paddocks so they don't accumulate worms. We don't use any fly insecticides or anything like that unless there's some major catastrophe of some kind, which is extremely rare. We use almost no commercial fertilizers. We're very much, we try to stay away from the big pharma products. We just want a very natural product.
And you're probably gonna go home and cook this tonight.
I will, yes, I will. Yes.
Someone who really believes in what he's creating. It's
Yes.
been really wonderful, Michael. Thank you so much for your time.
Sure.
Shop available cuts right now at wendybarbeef.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Wendy Bar Beef and Wendy Bar Ranch. Welcome back. Are you looking for a last-minute getaway for the long weekend? Adina Anderson of Travel Life with Adina is joining us today with some Memorial Day ideas. And girl, that is right around the corner.
Right around the corner,
So we're trying to help people as quickly as possible. Your very first suggestion isn't too far away.
It is not. So I work with a company called Southwest Adventure Tours, and I guided a military history Texas tour a couple weeks ago. And it really made me think, my gosh, we have so much in Texas to go see that's revolved around military.
Of course.
So Fredericksburg, we went to Fredericksburg and Johnson City because, they're so close to each other. And Fredericksburg is known as the Napa Valley of Texas. They say they have over 100 wineries on 290. I think they're like at 150 now.
You throw a rock, you hit a winery.
Yes. And we visited the LBJ National Monument Site and the LBJ Ranch, which I didn't even know about this until I created the tour for Southwest Adventure Tours. It's really cool. It's his boyhood home. They've got an Air Force One out there. You can walk around. They have a working ranch out there.
Cool.
It's just a really cool place to go visit. They actually cook food out there for the people who work on the ranch, which I thought was kind of cool to do and check out. And then, of course, we went to the Wild Seed Farm. And this is just some really fun, cool things that you can do that kind of revolve around Texas history and military history because they have the Pacific West Museum, the Nimitz Museum, Admiral Nimitz Museum out there. And I want to tell everybody, give yourself time. This place is huge. They have the President's Walk, they have Memorial Walk, they have 4 or 5 different places to check out. And then after that, go to the Das Beach Haus. I love saying that.
Everything is German. Yes.
I love it. And it's a great place to just kind of have lunch and relax and do some tastings. So Fredericksburg is definitely on the top.
I absolutely love Fredericksburg. As you know, I will tell you, I just had my wedding reception back there in April, and 2 of my friends, while they were here, the wife was like, okay, we're not doing anything until I see that Pacific War Museum.
Yes.
Because she knew who Admiral Nimitz is, and I did not.
Yes.
Like, I need to carve out some time.
And I've been there a couple times, but it was really cool to take a tour, to do a tour there.
It's cool to be a tourist in your own area.
It really is. And there's so much to see at that museum. So give yourself like 4 hours.
And I would always tell people, like, it's kind of like New Orleans rules out there, y'all. Like, they will let you walk around with a frosé or a glass of wine, that kind of thing. So
definitely.
Lots of shopping to be had. How about a beach destination?
Galveston. You got to head to Galveston. 2 reasons. Oh, I'm losing my voice today. Got Texas allergies, They have a naval museum, which they have a destroyer ship that you can check out, you can go on, and they have a submarine that you can go on. They have a lot of memorial walk there that you can kind of check out. It talks about the different soldiers and what they sacrificed for us. It's got the missile launch. I mean, there's just so much. You could spend probably an hour and a half there. They also do guided tours. This was one of the funnest that the people I took on the Southwest Adventure Tours, they loved this because they really got to take their time and walk around and then check out the Bryan Museum. There's so much Texas history and military history there. And of course, Space Center, right? You can't go to that area. Now that's a little north, that's in Clear Lake and NASA, but you've got to check it out. We went to Johnson Control. They have really neat, like this little blue thing. I don't even know what it was called, but it was so fun to just sit there and watch. They have 7 restaurants there as well on site. So you could have lunch there, enjoy a couple tours. There's a Tom Hanks movie. There's a lot to do there.
Wow. Okay. All right. In our last minute, Arlington.
Yes. So we went to the National Medal of Honor Museum. Well, first we went to Terry Black Barbecue. You can't go to the area.
We've got another Terry Black's?
Oh, yeah. So the original is here in Austin.
Of course.
But this is another one that you can go. There's always a line. We all know that, right? But it's totally worth it. Stand in line, go eat that barbecue. It was that. I think this was their favorite place on that tour.
I always tell people, it's cafeteria style. Don't let that throw you off. The moist brisket is what you want.
So good, so good. But the Medal of Honor Museum, I got a little teary-eyed in there. My daddy is a disabled Vietnam vet. I have a lot of military. My husband was Army. My grandpa's. I mean, there was just so much. There were so many stories there. Audie Murphy and Buffalo Bill. I mean, I didn't realize how many people had Medal of Honors, how they achieved them, and how they were granted them, and just the stories. And there's when you first walk in, it shows all the names of the Medal of Honor recipients. So that was a really amazing place to go. And then I got to interview Coffee Anderson, which is why I'm wearing this jewelry here. So he does a lot of military country music. He did Mr. Red, White, and Blue. He's got a new one out that's called You Can't Spell Hero Without Her. It's amazing. But he also collaborated with Montana Silversmith and made this beautiful jewelry, and it's got a military theme. And there's some other beautiful pieces of work here. So all of this is on my website that you can check out, but he's a pretty cool dude.
Aw, it sounds like you had a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, we had so much fun.
Well, thank you so much, and happy Memorial Day to you.
You too, thank you.
All right, keep up with Adina and all of her tips at creativelifestyles.tv, and keep up with all of her trips. She's a busy woman at travellifewithadina.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Oasis Senior Advisors, Austin and Central Texas. Oasis Senior Advisors helps families find senior living options for free. Certified Senior Advisor John Brown is here to explain more about how his team can work alongside your family to find the best communities and care levels for you or a loved one. It is important work, especially as we have an aging population. So John, first talk to us a little bit about Oasis Senior Advisors and a little bit more about your mission.
So we help families when they're looking for senior care, senior living. Our service is free, it's confidential, it's unbiased, based on each senior's unique situation. We use a 5-step process, starting with an intake and consult. Again, trying to figure out what is going on with the care, what the senior's budget might be, what other benefits are out there. We often help veterans when they're looking for aid and attendance assistance, helping families with long-term care, understanding their Medicare, what's covered, what's not.
Absolutely, and I know navigating senior care and senior living is complicated, but I think it's really important that we point out that this is what you do.
Yeah, we're local. We're in and out of the communities. We're in and out of facilities. We're in and out of hospitals. So we know what's going on. But then, again, each community is totally different. Each facility is different. So they can't all accept the same patients.
So can I ask how y'all support families making urgent senior care decisions? Because unfortunately, I bet that's probably the lion's share of what happens, right? Is that folks don't call you when we've got a healthy, happy, aging senior. It takes an event in order to call you up.
Often. I mean, we do talk to a lot of seniors that are in their home and they're planning, and they've recently gotten a diagnosis and they want help kind of planning everything out. I mean, we've often helped families that they already know their assisted living, where they're going to go for rehab, if they have to bring in home care, who that home care company is. They've got their whole plan in place. But there's a large portion, probably 60%, of people who have recently had a health event or recently had a stroke or had a fall. And I think, the beauty of Oasis is that we are able to, whether we meet you in person, at a hospital, show you options. Our advisors can sit down right then and there and say, these are the communities that match. These are the ones that can meet mom's care right now, today.
Really helping families out when they need it. Okay, John, thank you for your time today. One call, many solutions. Senior care in Central Texas. Learn more at oasissenior.com/Austin. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Oasis Senior Advisors, Austin and Central Texas. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Moody Gardens. Summer is just a couple weeks away, y'all, and Moody Gardens is ready with fresh attractions, fun events, and something for every age group just a short drive from Austin. Jared Schaller is here to tell us more. Jared, good morning.
Good morning.
Lovely to see you, and I'm glad we're talking about fun stuff. Palm Beach is back this summer.
Palm Beach, 3.5-hour drive from Austin. Head towards Houston, go to Galveston Island. It's basically crystal white, white sands, crystal blue water, we sometimes have some big hiccups. And then also, a lazy river if you just need some relaxation. And then we also have a wave pool if you like to get hit around. And then we have slides, and we also have a splash pad for kids. It's just basically a great place to relax and just rest. And then we also have Beats on the Beach starting Saturday, June 14th. And then it's basically a more relaxed atmosphere. We have live bands, local musicians come in and play. You get to float the river, and then it all ends with a beautiful fireworks display.
Any big festivals or events happening this season? Let's start with your Summer Bounce Party.
Yes, our Summer Bounce Party, we're trying something new this year. July 4th week, it gets hot like we were talking about. So we put a bunch of bounce houses in our hotel ballroom. So it's very classy, and then you have bounce houses, and the kids can spend as much energy as they want inside. It's just a great opportunity for kids to spend that energy.
Absolutely.
You have an Energizer Bunnies, so it's a perfect opportunity. And then we also have laser tag and a mechanical bull, just a great fun activity for the whole entire family. We also have the Galveston Island Wine Festival. It's Labor Day weekend, so it's 14 events, and it's 50 different vineyards, 100 plus wines. So if you've ever wanted to explore wines, because I used to never like wine, but then I found Cabernet Sauvignon, and I'm like, delicious. And it's 14 events, white seafood, linen extravaganza with a bunch of different food from sometimes Top Chef contestants we had last year serving it. And then we also have penguins and Pinot. So if you ever wanted to drink with a penguin, sadly the penguins are cut off, but
they're not 21 yet.
but you get to drink some wine and be like, a penguin's like 2 feet away from me. That's it's a unique environment.
Any fun specials or summer savings going on?
It's 25% off our hotel, 25% off of all attraction tickets. So basically book early. As long as you book 1 day in advance, you can get all that.
That is really a good discount, 25% off.
Yes, and the best of all, you don't have to fly to us. You can just drive 3.5 hours, stop at Buc-ee's along the way, and then you see the 3 pyramids as you hit the causeway.
Well, you know me. I'll tell you that would be my exact route.
Yes.
Okay, where can folks get more info?
moodygardens.org.
Okay,
We made it simple.
Yeah, you sure did. Jared, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, guys, get started planning your adventure at moodygardens.org. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Moody Gardens. Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career.